must start the night, then I look for cut. With karate in my eye, cause I say to suck. Plus I got the quiet jeans.
Welcome to another episode of the Chosen Podcast, and today I'm sitting with Simon Orgel. If you don't know who Simon Orgel is, then you must have been hiding under a rock or something like, because he produces so much content nowadays. And I spoke to him before this, we were chatting a bit, and I told him like, you have this nostalgic 90s vibe about you, and it's almost like it has like a colored vibe to it. I know you got this other character, DJ Clive, and he's also got this 90s vibe about him, his dress and everything like that. Where did you come? Where did you get it from? Did you cultivate it yourself, or was it always you? Or where did it come from?
Yes, I think that with watching so much 90s television, even with my being the last born in my family, so I'm the youngest. So my parents had my siblings when they were, but like obviously they were young as well.
Yeah.
So seeing them grow up and seeing all the styles and how they used to watch like Die Man van Style and also like Airwolf and all these types of things, like MacGyver. You always had these types of like strong Owens in the
action dudes.
But then also just like modeled around my dad's friends who like used to smoke snook and swear and drink their bowels in soda water, and it's just like it's modeled all around that kind of craziness where they used to dance at all the platter parties and things like that.
Really?
It's just fun to have a character like that, and I'm enjoying it. He's actually doing a lot better. Like now he's DJing live now, which is really fun. Like next week's his first live appearance for an alcohol band. I can't say for who because I don't want to like jinx it right now, but DJ Clive's playing live for the first time.
Lekker. He's got a lekker vibe about him. Everybody gravitate to that at the party. Like they all want to be, hey, check this. What is he gonna say next? You know what I mean? That was.
It's mostly offensive stuff. That type of man.
I check so some of your stuff, like when you refer to like when you talk about your O videos, like the Topi videos and stuff like that. That seems to be your favorite. Is that like? Is that your dad exactly? Is that how he is?
I think
what is it like?
I think it's my dad in it, but it's also amplified. You know what I mean? I'm also adding a lot of theater to it.
Cheese.
Because
it's mozzarella on it.
It was really like that, but it also that is a man. I don't know if you can agree with him that the way that he wants his son to be is absolutely wrong in every single way. So my daddy wasn't like that, but I'm obviously just doing it because it's fun to push a child like that. You would see it's like a series and just watching how they grow. I don't know if they're gonna grow anyway from that, but it's just really, really fun to catch on track like that and to have the ability to do something like that. I really enjoy it. It takes long though, because it's a big edit. But otherwise it's fine. I mean the last one was 6 minutes long.
And then how long does it take you like to shoot in something and prepare and edit something like that?
For that, the thing is that to figure out what I'm gonna do.
The idea of it. Like,
that's the
concept
process. But then when I end up doing it, it'll take me about 4 hours to get it to where I want it to be. From shooting and stuff. But sometimes I'll do it over 2 days if I'm feeling how lazy I am after work or something like that. So yeah, but I mean it's fun. It's always lucky to do something new, and I want to do more new things, but it's just like it's tiring a lot of the time. You know,
it's a liquor to have a passion project. This is a passion project of mine, and we can like people. I think people can see the passion and the love that you have for what you're doing, because it's like evident that people gravitate to it. Like they liking it, they sharing it, they see that uncle. Hey, we all got an uncle like that, like and stuff like that. It's liquor.
We do.
Unfortunately, we do. No, but I mean, you need to have that type of uncle growing up, it's part of the culture, isn't it? Like that's how I feel it is. Like you tried stand-up comedy once. Like how did that go when you took your show and you translated it the first time with Sip and Simon? How did that go? Like
we just were invited to a few things and then we sang.
Yeah.
Which is also like I think I like more performance comedy than stand-up, because I just honestly am very, very much more nervous.
But now recently you did a show like the Talk Cut show. You did it with Kenwin and Yasin, and then you translated that. So into to almost like a show, stand-up show. How was that?
That was like, I mean, we did sell out the Baxter, which was fun.
Yeah.
And I've never ever done something like that before, so
Yeah.
I really enjoyed doing it. But
That was a live performance, wasn't it?
But I mean, I felt much more comfortable with other people up there with me, man. You know what I mean? Like I was part of an ensemble or something.
Yeah, and
I
they
don't
saw
know
the
if I could
veterans
do-
to the stage, so
Yeah.
it made it a bit more comfortable for you.
Like I've always wanted to think about doing the stand-up thing, but I don't have what you guys
But
have.
DJ Clive
Yeah,
is that sort of like
I know,
like
but
like a character that you can take on stage live or
But
something.
for
like.
me, it's like I'm Yana, but DJ Clive and me is not the same person. So when the closing stuff is on, it's not me anymore, and he's doing his thing, and he has confidence, but I don't have that same thing, that bravado. I don't know. It's a weird mental thing.
Is it?
But it's like, it's like he's like the Superman to my Clark Kent. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean
The
because
saving Superman or something. Or
I also
Superman.
feel like it, like I have like an alter ego, like myself, and then like Joe Zone would be my alter ego, and almost like that person can do things that I can't maybe do.
Yeah.
Like I guess is that what you're saying with
I
DJ
think so.
Clive? Like he's like your super your
'Cause I wouldn't-
special powers,
I wouldn't
chasing
dance.
goodness, whatever. I don't know.
I wouldn't dance and go on so crazy like DJ Clive goes on, like he was on Kurup FM now and the last E stream.
Yeah.
And he was dancing and he was having a fun time and he was doing his thing, and that's not me, man. And you can see it's a pageantry thing. It's like it's fun and I enjoy that because I'll be like, yo, DJ Clive had a fun time. People's like, you mean you? And I'm like, no, it's DJ Clive.
It's a different person.
Yeah, it's completely different person.
Tell me, you got different platforms that you work on. Like I know you also got colored poetry, right? That's like a totally different thing that you're doing on colored poetry, and you obviously do the skits, and then you do stuff on Twitter as well. Yeah, like there's like a mixed media of stuff like that. Do you feel that is there any specific thing that you the best at or you gravitate to, or is it cool to do everything like a mixed martial artist?
Yeah, for me, it's like I get like this feeling like I want to excel at like more than one thing. Like it wasn't enough that I just could do a comedy thing, so I wanted to dance. So
Yeah.
I did yacht numbers. Then I wanted to sing. Then I was never gonna dance again. Then I wanted to learn how to DJ. So I went to the academy with grandmas, and I went to the Pioneer Academy. So I learned how to DJ, so I could do the DJ Clive thing.
Yeah.
So it's all about like just polishing stuff, and I said like, oh, I like Twitter, and I was like, okay, this is fun. Let's see how it goes, but I always want to keep improving.
Has anybody
You know?
ever told you do too much or something like that?
Yeah, all the time.
Is it? And then what do you say to them?
It's really hard for me not to, because I just don't like sitting still. But also at the same time, I like sitting still, like especially on the weekends. But it's like
I feel the same way you feel, like, because I like do like comedy, and I like do like I started doing jiu-jitsu recently, and I did a little bit of boxing, and I do podcasts, and I do so many things. And then some people might say like, you mustn't do so many things. You must like almost like you're a jack of all trades, like master of
it's
none.
not
Like
boring just to be good at one thing. It's like
yeah, that's how I also feel like. But I don't know. People hand me that, and I don't know how to answer them sometimes. Like
I think it's just to each their own. It's like some people will be cool buying and drinking and doing the same thing every week in, every week out. And you'll go to the same party every single weekend, and you'll say the same stories all the time. And it doesn't get boring, but I mean, for me, it got a little bit boring. So I was never ever, I felt so like a bit like I wanted to push myself further, because I could see myself doing this for the rest of my life. And I think that scared me a bit, that there's only one life and we have to do what we can right now. And
Yeah.
this thing about like, people talk about legacy and surnames and all these
leaving
things.
something behind.
But in 200 years, the people's not going to know who the fuck we are, to be honest with you.
They're gonna know who you are. They're gonna type in there, and what everything of YouTube is gonna come up. You have to, whatever you leave in now is gonna be left behind for ages to find out. They're gonna like check somebody in some alien, or I don't know, some future. They're gonna Google there. Yacht numbers. What the fuck is this come up?
I wonder what it's going to be like in 200 years or something. Because, I mean, like, do you know your great-great-great-grandparents or something? Like, I don't know what legacy that man left even, you know what I mean?
I think what I'm gonna, I think for me, the way I consider it is, whatever I'm gonna create, whatever I'm gonna do, is gonna be left behind. I want to make a mark, but I need to also be conscious of making a positive mark. Like, do you feel that way? Like,
Yeah, like I try to be as, how can I say, as good as I can be in a positive light. I don't really jump on bandwagons or anything. Like I do have opinions, but again, everybody goes through a lot of things. And then, like if you notice on social media, people tend to pakan when things are going on, and it's really, really unfortunate sometimes, and I don't like that about it. So I also like keep my distance and try to just stay in my own lane and just like do what I need to do, because if you have a lot of distractions in your life, not just to say distractions or anything, but it's like you can get mixed up with a lot of stuff you don't want to get mixed up with just by being, you know, involved or being aware of stuff. And it's not to say that it's a bad thing, but I choose sometimes just to make it so that my life is easier, because I have to work and then I have to do my social media things, and I also have my family life, and my dad's been in the hospital and all these different things, man.
Yeah.
So I try my best to be positive and to set a positive example.
Yes.
But also at the same time, it's hard to always maintain the nice thing of the be positive about life and everything at the same time, because put so much pressure on ourselves as well as trying to be, you know, everything for everybody else. That's a tough thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, 'cause if you indulge in negativity, then that sort of like comes for you. You know what I mean? Like, you mentioned your dad now, and how's he? Is he getting better?
I'm gonna go see him now. It's actually the first time I'm seeing him in a long time, because I did go to the hospital, but we couldn't see him because it was COVID times, obviously.
Yeah.
So my mom was able to see him, but he's home now. He's driving around and doing his thing. He's obviously suffered from some complications during this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just hope everything's on up and up.
What you leave in, like, I know it's an exaggerated form of your dad and stuff like that, but in a way, like, what you leave in, like, creating that, I almost feel like when you're creating something for you and him, and you putting it in a time
capsule.
A time capsule, and you putting it there on the net, and like maybe one day your own will find it. Maybe one day your kid will find it, your son will find it, and it's like, check this, dad, check this. I think that it is like, even maybe it is that way. Maybe subconsciously you're doing it, maybe you're not. I don't know. I just look at it like that sometimes.
I think for me it was just fun, because I don't see anybody else doing something like that. That's what I wanted to do, you know, just like have a unique way of doing stuff. Like the types of stuff, everybody does that. Lots of people do that. It's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's like easy to find lots of them, you know what I mean? But the dad ones is just funny for me, because the topi is absolutely mean. That's why I like it.
I see the people react to it. They absolutely love it.
But you know what the funny thing is, the people is like, yo, it's just like Daddy. They comment and they go, the dad is like Daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you feel like we all have
There's
the
certain
same life.
characteristics or certain line that, my dad said that word, that group of words.
It's crazy how we all live the same life sometimes. I think that's because the old color topis was the same. I don't know, something about them.
One of my favorite moments was I saw you on something with Stuart Taylor, and then not you, sorry, DJ Clive. Clive and Stuart Taylor, and then DJ Clive told Eddie March. That was gold. That is platinum, like, because we all know everybody knows Reddy D and the caliber that he is, and like DJ Clive just tells him like March, and then he started to it was gold, bro. It was so funny. I watched it so many times.
I felt so bad, but I still apologize before and also.
But I mean, that must have been dope working with those heroes. We used to look up to them growing up.
Like with Reddy D, like just think, I used to hear him at Dockside all the time, and used to be lambing there next to the booth at the G&G Pros, and he used to be scratching there. It used to be fun just to obviously to be there. But then that day I got to go into his house, and then on his wall is like the prophets of the city, all their records, their gold records, and the platinum records, and all these posters and stuff. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like an insane moment just to see this and just to chill with him. And then when you speak to him, he's like so like how can I say, like he's invested in you, and he's invested in the future of the youth of the country, as well as he's an advocate for non-drinking and driving and safe driving, because as you know, he's into drifting and all these things. And then you get a sense for who he is, because you have this external, like, he's just a DJ, but he's obviously a grandmaster. but then you see what he cares about, and he cares about everybody, and it's such a massive moment just to be in his presence there and seeing everything and all these things on the wall and getting to meet his wife and all those things. Like, it feels amazing just to have sat there with a legend, and yeah, I wish more people will, you know, like enforce like legacy. Yo, what has he done for us? What hasn't he done for us?
Yeah, well, it's Stuart Taylor, so like checking. He's like checking. Hey, let me introduce this brother too, and that's I think something like that to be to be considered by those Owens. Hey, come join our party. That must have been Bamang like.
I remember that was the Big Five show. It was him and the top 5 comedians. And it's like Joey Rastin, I think, as well, right?
Yeah, I think give me a say.
And I love Joey Rastin. Like, he's my favorite since Dollars and Wine Pipes, which is still one of my favorite, the favorite kind of movie I've ever watched.
That is a good movie. Where do you get? Would you get that movie even?
Yeah, you can. I'll share you a link with you afterwards.
Isn't Bernie Barges? What's his name?
Yeah. Bernie Barges. I was just like, but then the show was happening that night.
Yeah, the Big Five.
It was the same day as the semi-final for South Africa in the World Cup. So I was supposed to go to it, but I was in my whole push. I couldn't go. I was like, I messaged you. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I'm I mean, we just won the semi-final, and now
that was the Rugby World Cup that time, 2019. Okay, last year this time, about this time,
July time, I think. I'm not
sure. No, it was October, November. When is this time? Yeah,
I'm not sure when it was, but
about a year ago, I think we almost won the.
Because I mean, we won that green gold high as our country, and I was just stuck somewhere.
Out of all these things that you've done so far, what is like one of the highlights? Like, I can think of a few things that are dope, but what are one of the highlights for you? Like,
for me, like this year was fun for me. Like, I got to play on Heart FM, I got to play on Good Hope FM, I got to play live with Good Hope on Eastream, and then the Baxter thing obviously is amazing.
To sell out at the Baxter, that's dope.
And then sure.
You also did you were the clubs and like that time. That was I saw that was it last year or the year before. How was that? Like that was like
last year I didn't go because there was this whole thing about will it happen, won't it happen because of this whole.
But with the year before that you went like they asked you to join that.
I was with last year in my 3rd year in a row. But yo man, bro, can I be honest with you? It's tough, right?
Why?
Bro, like, okay, maybe you fit and stuff, and that Owens dance all day, and it's hot, and now they're wearing that suit, and maybe
you must like put out energy, like, must just be fierce, like.
I don't know how they do it, like, see, but they are conditioned, like, see. Some of them are that Owens, but they are conditioned for this stuff. It's really, really tough for me. I remember the first time, I think I almost collapsed because of heat stroke, because I was so. It's the beats down on you all day, and it's so hot around the 1st of January.
And you must be dancing and giving off energy all the time. So obviously,
so props to them, and Baruch, as well as I can't remember the other one now that I was with, but it's like I really admire how much they put into it because they are talented. The dancing, the instruments. It's an amazing experience. Like, I love it, and I wish I could do it in winter because it's too hot inside. But yeah, I went to also like Athlone when they had their they do their like their competitions there and
okay,
stuff.
I
went to watch that one evening, and those Owens, like, I can't even express how talented those people are, and I know there is a lot about it already, and I know that Lukman and all of them, like, there's a new jive thing that they're doing at the moment when they. I shared it this week as well. The clubs are doing these amazing live shows as well.
Are they doing live shows, or they're not doing it like virtually or something like?
It's like it's competition. That's like Lukman and them is judging at the moment.
Okay.
It gets released like weekly now. But the talent and what they can do, and like the putting together of, like, when you do like the remixes and stuff, and they got songs in each other.
They mix it up like
those mashups. It's amazing. Like, there's so much talent in this car, Pixie. It's crazy just to see all of that.
Yeah, I mean, having the show has like given me the opportunity to like speak to some dope people. Like, I specifically am interested in MMA and the fighting. So there's this one boxer, his name was Abdullah. He's got an awesome story, but I mean, not an awesome story, but the way he came from where he came from to where he is now, is like phenomenal. I think he's gonna be like one of the next top fighters.
Is he from South Africa?
Yeah, he's from Cape Town. He's from Brooklyn. Like, he was a gangster and stuff like that. He had to go to jail, and and now just Abdulaziz, I'm gonna share a link this brother with
Is he
you.
like on the UFC thing? Because I know.
Nah, he's not on UFC, he's a boxer. He's
okay.
not a MMA fighter. He's a
Okay.
boxer, just boxing. But he's gonna be a next Dennis.
Okay.
I spoke to some MMA fighters. I spoke to Faiz Jacobs, you know Faiz?
Nah.
And I trained with another bra called Gary Joshua.
I know him.
You know Gary Joshua?
Yeah, he was at St. Anthony's as well when I was at St. Anthony's.
Yeah, he's my
younger
coach
than
now.
me, though.
He's
But him and Grant, them are the stuntmen.
Yeah. Yeah, I train with him now here at SBG 30 South. Like,
Okay.
I train jiu-jitsu with him. Yo, we're having fun, bruh. But anyway,
Now you can must make the transition into being a stuntman.
start with, I don't know.
They travel
Check
around
it,
the
what
world.
I thought about. You want to hear
That's
my idea? No? My idea. I like your ideas of movies, no? But I want to be like a 90s. You know, there's 90s action stars.
Yeah.
Remember Bud Spencer and Trevor Douglas? Remember, you can be Bud Spencer, I can be the other. bruh. Listen to this, then you can move the way like you know that one smack and then the bra like flick. Bruh, I want to be like that, and then I want to fight people, but then I just give them one kick like with my toe, then they flick like a Cape Town version of that, bruh. How will it be?
We need a new Steven Seagal first and then we can go on to that.
A Cape Town version of that. That's what I'm saying. I want to be that, bruh.
You think you can bring back that type of comedy?
That type of action, wasn't that dope? Like
It was.
Chuck
but,
Norris.
But now it's all about.
Remember when they ripped Chuck Norris's hair off his chest?
But now it's like Vin Diesel flying across fucking bridges and stuff. You
That's
know what I mean?
kak, the rock, my bro.
I know, but exactly. But now it's conditioned again.
When
Different
Rambo,
generations.
no?
We
Remember
were appreciated
Rambo?
for that, but I mean now it's gonna be a different thing.
Remember Rambo?
Yeah.
He lamb with a Gatling gun and he shot like and he had the knife and we all bought the knife.
Moves a knife.
Yeah, we believe that. Not
I
like
actually watched the first two Rambos the other day. It was really weird to watch it again because it feels so like it's not the true. Like at the time, it was like because you remember how long we had to wait for movies. Like there was only so many movies that could get made in a year. Now with Netflix and stuff, there's movies like every week, and we so wanted. But when Lethal Weapon and Beverly Hills Cop came out, we have to wait 2 years every time.
exactly, but
until
the
we get
action
that
movies
film.
back then was way better.
Yeah.
It was cheesier, but it was way better because they never had the special effects. So they had to like somehow fake it or make
I mean,
things
like,
look.
look at Star Wars, for instance. That was crazy. All those models that they
Yeah.
had, it was amazing.
Do you
Now
watch
it's
the new
easier.
Star Wars?
I actually stopped because I'm like a big Star Wars fan.
And they
but
made
it also was
cack.
disappointing me every time. Besides Rogue One, which I thought was amazing, but it was a standalone on the side.
Yeah.
And Rogue One was amazing, but I mean,
I like
every
the
single time they just disappoint me now.
I like the Kylo Ren character, but I don't think they executed that whole storyline.
Yeah.
Not good. Like
That's
I like
what
a
it
liquor
was,
baddie man, but that the whole storyline is swag. Like I like it when the bad. I noticed you also like the baddies are there.
Yeah.
Thanos is your own like.
He's my favorite. Like my ultimate favorite. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. But yeah, I really do think I found sympathy with the bad guys, especially now because we get to actually learn these stories. Back in the day, it was just bad guys were bad guys. Now we find out like it's his half brother or something like that, and he also had cock in his life. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the
Really?
reason he had cack
Yeah.
they were a bit harsh on him or something
Exactly,
like
yeah.
that. Though.
That's tough.
That's the reason why he went into that deadline. Interesting man. You like movies as well. I
Yeah.
never knew that.
Nah, I love movies. But I was a TV cop, a movie cop. Definitely. I think one of my favorite movies is of all time is The Count of Monte Cristo.
I never watched that movie. My friend told me I must watch that.
You
Like.
really need to. It's really an amazing.
My favorite is Apocalypse Now.
Oh, that's amazing. But there's like several cuts of that. And
Is it?
Dennis Hopper is insane in there. It's one
Yeah.
of my favorite performances. And Brando, of course.
Brando's they said he was a bitchy plata for that movie. Like.
She was doing drugs live. But I mean, it was the time, I guess.
So you say you'll never move to the stage, but would you move into like movies, making movies or something like that?
I think I have made like a decision that I want to move to stage and stuff, but I want to do it in my way. I can't stand up in all jokes. Maybe I'll warm up or something. But I'm gonna do character based, like all my things that I do. all the
Okay,
time.
like DJ Clive rather on stage or
Yeah.
something like that.
Like I have a show and then like I have a meeting greet after when you say to the people as DJ Clive. You know what I mean? Like something like that. You know.
The feeling of being on stage for me as a stand-up comedian, it's just something that is like,
Don't you remember mock all the time?
nah, bro. Well, before you get on stage, then it's like that. Then it's you get that anxiety.
Yeah.
It's very bad anxiety. But when you're on stage and you're like in this circle, in the zone, bruh, it's like you're in a like surfing a wave.
You take so much responsibility. You like, I'm
Nah,
a comedian.
bruh,
And
it's better.
People have said, here's my money, make me laugh, and I'm here to laugh. And now, is that half the job done, or is it the half the job not done?
There's half no job not done. The pressure and the awesomeness in it is getting them to laugh. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that is the magnificent. I don't see, for me, I like creating content, and the awesomeness come afterwards. Like the awesome feeling comes afterwards when a lot of people like it and share it. And it's like, oh, these people appreciate my art that I've created. But that instant appreciation that you get from stage is a totally different feeling. It's almost like a more mainline feeling. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a more of a way to explain it. But I would like to. I think the way we telling our stories, the colored story now, stuff like, because I mean we're all different. Like you get different types of colors. Me and you, we like light skin colors, and they perceive us to have a certain.
People ask me if I'm white many times.
Yeah, and they perceive us to have a certain story, or they perceive coloreds to all look a certain way.
Yeah.
But yet coloreds is like a very broad-based type of people. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's explained to the world that there's many different types of tapestries within there. So I think, and in movies they only show one side of the colored type of people. You know what I mean?
What you mean? You're playing to like the gangsters stereotype?
Something similar to that, you know what I mean? They don't show that how we can do other things, like maybe I can have a dog that maybe like a John Wick character, and I can love a dog like you know what I mean? You love animals and stuff, but I on a colored bra, I love his dog, and then something happened, they tried to kidnap my dog, and I'm a action man, I must kill everybody, like to start choking people out, like to get my dog back. You know what I mean?
You've thought about this movie for a long time when you're in.
I love it, bro. I'm gonna do it, bro. You know, and I'm the steps I must take to get there, and I'm gonna apply those steps, like, and it's gonna take me time, but it's, you got to keep your eye on the prize. You know what I mean?
agree with you there.
Every time I get on stage, I be more funny, and maybe someday people is gonna help me get that script. But what I'm saying is that we can all tell our stories, like that's my point here, like, and I like the way you tell the story.
Now, because now it's easily accessible. Like now we're sitting in your lounge and we're doing a podcast, whereas you couldn't do something like this, 10 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
It's really, really amazing now. But again, like TikTok and those things, everybody has access to technology, which makes it also very cool, but very tough as well, because there's instant stars every single day. So how do you become memorable? How do you always be the top of it? You know what I mean? You always have to be polishing, and it's tough. That's why it's like I'm okay right now, because if it stops, if I to come to an end, if I retire and stuff, you know what, I've had fun, and it's been everything. But it's a really, really unforgiving game right now, comedy, and with regards to how easy it is to just create content now with all these platforms and stuff.
Do you feel any pressure to create content?
No. That's why I don't create it like I used to with Stephen Simon. I was doing 5 memes a week, every day of the week a meme, as well as creating a video every week, and then also set a video on the weekends as well, if it was on the story and stuff. And it's a grind, and I used to obviously not spend enough time with family, like relationships would suffer because of that. And you have to take a step back and realize like what really is important right now. And I took that, and I had some introspection and some alone time just to condition myself into what I need to do. So that's why it happens at my own pace now. And if it's not funny, then it's not funny. If it is funny, then it is funny. It's okay. I've had criticism, I've had lots of plaudits as well. For whatever it's worth, if it was fun while it lasted, then I'm okay with whatever happens next as well. So yeah.
I think that is when the true art comes to light. It's like when you're under no pressure, when you're just creating what you want to create and not what people want you to create, sort of.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's tough to please everybody. That's why I don't please everybody. I just need to try and be okay with myself first, and then after that I can do what I need to do, because it's tough. Yeah, I think everybody knows that though. You probably are tough on yourself as well. Like you're like, yeah, why can I do more? Why can I write more things? Why can I gravitate higher? And everybody puts this thing on them, but sometimes you don't need to do that to yourself. Sometimes just you'll grow organically, and with less of a pressure on yourself.
Is it? I think I put the pressure on myself because I want to create. I want my message to get out there, and I want to create something that's so awesome. And I think I have the tools but it's just not clicking sometimes. So maybe you're right. Maybe I do think I put pressure on myself to achieve this.
And that's why
Maybe almost an unobtainable goal.
No, I don't think it is. It's just that it's a very competitive goal right now. That's the problem, though, because of just the industry. Like, you can go on TikTok and you'll see like hundreds of thousands of people with somebody who just started doing this, and you've been doing it for a long time. And then again, then you start building up more stuff, and you're like, this is unfair, but life's not supposed to be fair. It's really, really unforgiving, bitch. And it's really, really fundamental that you don't lose sight of that. It really is, because there's gonna be new starts every day. It's like when people join relationships, no? But the girl is like they have a girlfriend or they have a wife, but there's this is a nice 22-year-old or something. But the thing is, there's new 22-year-olds every year. What's more important to you? Do you love your wife, or do you want to do this? Because it's gonna be this. It's gonna be the 22-year-old's gonna stay constant for the rest of your life. There's always gonna be another 22-year-old or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like polishing yourself, sticking through with what you know. And if it's good, then it's good. If it's not good, then it's not good. It's really, really it is.
How do you know if it's not good? How do you know when you're lying to yourself when it's not good? What if I'm creating content and it's really actually bad, and people it's just like, but how will I know it's bad?
The thing is that you know, and like the thing is that I know that I was bad in the beginning, because.
But you can get better.
Yes, I knew that I was bad in the beginning because I could see it was bad, but then I learned and I sat down and I started looking at things, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that should you do that way, I can do that way, and how to cover up problems, like if we come up, we like do something that's wrong. Or if we didn't have the take that we used to do with 7-7, like sometimes we forget to film a whole section because we just want to get done now because it's tired. And then you have to find ways to become like creative with how you edit and things, and you somehow put on over like an overlapping scene that doesn't make any sense or something. And then your mind starts saying, oh, then you start learning and learning and learning, and then you become better at your craft. I don't know any other way to say it, but it's just like, through innovation and through creativity, you just become better on you, like over time. But yeah, again, like I'm not the best at all, because I mean, you can look at the views on other people's things. I don't ever feel like that. I think that I'm fine with not being the best, and that's okay with me.
You seem to come to a space where you're happy and content with what you're creating, and you're not conscious of the haters, wherever the haters is. But there's always gonna be haters, like.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be haters, and there's people that I think they might come. I've almost like heard it before, because I have a certain opinion. I like your stuff because I can see something of my own family within your stuff. Like, what do you say to the haters that say stuff like, yeah, that bra is like, you look like a white person who looks light of complexion, but he's like appropriating colored culture. Yeah. What do you say to those haters? Are you just brushing it off your shoulder, or are you conscious of this?
The thing is that like I'm very open-minded about things, and again, like if the way you're gonna perceive me is the way you're gonna perceive me, I can't change it about you. The thing is, you want me to live rent-free in your mind. It's me taking up space in your mind that doesn't need to be there. It's really okay for me. And if you're inclined to your own opinion, and I can't change it, and if you want to be like that, it's fine. Nothing really upsets me, and that's okay. I'm not ever gonna like get like upset about it, because I have one life as well, and you choosing to live your one life with just me like lambingly just doing nothing but you being upset with me just for that. And like I'm not gonna keep on to that. My life is short. I don't have time for this, to be honest with you.
That's a dope attitude to have, like, and especially in creating content. I think like in this day and age, because people's gonna always have something to say about something you do, like.
That's fine.
And then it might always not be liquor. So, but I must say that I enjoy your work. I wish you can create more. I wish I can create more. I wish we can all create stuff together. But there's constraints on time and all these type of things.
I feel like I wish that there was more of a platform for like look at the Pure Manata show, or like just SNL, or not the 9 o'clock news show that was in the UK and stuff. Collaborative efforts with several comedians doing stuff together. But you don't see that here now. And
why do you think that is not prevalent?
Our thing is very complicated. I think that you understand that though, because of how many different languages and cultures. And as you said earlier on, we're talking about how colors are perceived and how many different facets there are to us.
Yes.
So we have us here, then we have the northern suburbs, we have southern suburbs,
Yeah.
we have rich colors who went to different other schools, and everybody has different experiences. And we have ocean view over there, and we have sea winds over there. Everybody has different ways of living their life, and it's very, very complicated. But if you go to like a place like the UK or like America, and they have this like almost parallel types of lives, and I'm again oversimplifying it, but they have one language, which makes it really, really easy for them. Which is gonna be English.
I
If you
see what
come
you're
with
saying.
Us,
They got
you
like 11
have
different
so much
and dialects within those languages.
exactly. So for us to get the point across, you have to have a diverse crew, as well as understanding of each other and the way of how we're supposed to write this. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, when I see that those skits now, when it's like, and I think you'll notice I don't do this. It's like what colors do in the situation, what whites do in the situation, and what
Yeah.
blacks. I'm never gonna do that because it's not my place to be that. I've never ever been in that situation, and what am I gonna make an assumption about how they do cultural things?
Exactly.
No ways, man. And that's why you need a collaborative effort to do something like
To understand everybody's point of view in that situation. It's interesting. I would like to tell a story from my point of view and just put it out there and see what the South African collective think about it. But you've actually not changed my mind, you've made me aware to something that is many diverse cultures within South Africa, and you've got to sort of
very, very big conundrum.
you've got to sort of like not play to them, but like make it attainable to a bigger market.
Like look at what's the show now? Like on DSTV, it's not interview based. It's I can't remember what it's called, but Vuzu. Is it Vuzu? Vuzu's a channel there. But then all
on that MTV, yeah.
So
That's a South African show
Yeah.
that made, yeah,
so it's like
produced show.
But they basically have all Joburg comedians, man, saying their things. And there are some South African, Cape Town people like Lindy, who's also like, they
Yeah.
have like what they're saying and stuff there. And it's cool that she's here to give our point of view, but it's dominated. by
Oh,
that
so it's
stuff,
their
man.
slang and everything
Yeah.
that's coming up, and it's the jokes, inside jokes that they're gonna catch and not
Yeah.
really directed to.
Because Joburg's like our Hollywood.
I see what you're saying. That's interesting.
So it's like a weird thing. But yeah, I think we are funny. There's nothing like Cape Town in festive season also.
We're coming up to the festive season now. So when does Fokol's festive start?
But tree's going up this week. I took it down.
For real?
Yes. No, but it's time. For me, festive starts now.
What do you do as what's your job?
I'm in digital marketing.
Digital marketing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But,
they're quite flexible with you. Your
No, I'm
company.
working throughout December because I'm not getting leave this December, so I'm working right through the
Okay.
festive season. But I'm still putting up my tree. I love Christmas. Christmas is just fun.
It reminds you of those big days of yesteryear. Again, that nostalgia coming back. Like
Just going to the beach with your daddy on the back of a bakkie and just going there, like you're having your
some
water.
cats, some illegal crayfish there. I never said that.
But when we used to camp in Sudvata and stuff, then it
I
wasn't
used to-
illegal.
I used to camp in Sudvata. I went camping there recently.
It's
Not
nice,
recently.
right? The ablutions are amazing right now because I've
Dope.
been
We
there.
went there my 3 years ago. We used to go camping. Me and my friends all got married like within the space of like I think 4 or 5 years. And within that 4 or 5 years, we went there about I don't know how many times, 6 times or something like
It's
that.
liquors, right?
Because we were all every time we went for a bachelor's party, my friend we fucked it up at that bachelor's party. We had my bachelor's party there, my other friend's bachelor's. The last bachelor's party we went to, it was pissing with the rain, bruh. And we got this place under this tree. My brother, this is one of the best camps of my life. It was a raining whole weekend, but I promise it's one of the best camps ever. I'll never
The
forget
one
it.
thing I hate about that though, is that you have to go home with a wet tent.
Yo, wet tent. We had a wet. I slept in my body, wet socks, wet everything. But we were, yo, bro, we made coffee on the fire. It was just the best. But I mean,
This week
Can
actually,
bring me back to nostalgia.
What's his name? First Lau asked me for my, because I went camping. I was in Imhof last weekend.
yeah, I saw.
So then.
Where's that image in?
It's just past
Sud-
the Sudvata turnoff. It's like you.
But the
you'll
nature
see-
reserve.
Yeah, it's just there. Like it's a quick one. But it's nice there as well. So then my number one, which is always gonna be number one, is Sudvata. Like Medusa and the Anchor. It's beautiful now, and people have this whole stigma around it. Now. Go there, and then they must really experience it now because they've changed it so much. The toilet situation is and the shower situation. How nice is it now? Just to be honest, they've made
It's
it
lekker
so
now.
much
Nah,
better.
it is better. I want to
And-
go to Palmit.
Probably it is fun, but again,
Have you been there?
probably it is one of the ones we used to do a lot, but now they've also changed it. Like they changed burger.
You can't drink.
You can drink, but you have to be respectable. And look, I know now as a guy, now the first thing we want to do is play the course music all weekend long. The music must never go off. That's all we want to do, but we just want to say,
My kids are getting older now. I want to introduce them to the camping. So I'm thinking of going camping, but you know how my wife is, and you know I don't know. Maybe when they're older, we can just take the boys can take the kids on a proper camp, man. You know, camp in your tent, like not.
I just worry that it's gonna fall away, and I hope it doesn't.
Nah, it won't. We'll keep it alive, like. But it's been dope chatting to you. I don't know how long we chatting for quite a while now. It's been dope chatting to you, and I don't know if we can come on again, but maybe in the future. Yeah. And you gave me some.
Gotcha.
Finally got you. It's been a while, yo. We planned this for more than a year, like. So
It was COVID.
do you know? My auntie made like the best kusistas, and one of the times when you were supposed to come, she had kusistas. You can ask the cameraman for you. My auntie Marlene, she makes the best kusistas in Heathfield. I know everybody's gonna say that, but for real she does. But anyway, we had that the last time, but now you're here, and thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. And I must say that you were a real stand-up guy. You was during our dealings. You never once big time me.
No, I don't want to.
You know, some people they one person online, but a different person in person. I never ever got that from you. I got the sense that you were always that nostalgic, happy-go-lucky person that you perceive, and that's dope, man.
You must see my place. Like I have so much 90s paraphernalia. Like I'm talking about the wooden spur menus. I just collect stuff, and I have a small flat, and I'm running out of space.
Where do you live in?
I have a renting in Kenilworth.
Oh, in Kenilworth. Yeah. Okay, I thought you were in Heathfield.
My parents stay there.
Okay, I know. I think I know where your parents stay in Heathfield.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go visit my dad right now.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, man, and yeah, we'll chat again soon.
Thank you so much. How do we do?
Just don't talk, cockskin. Skunk lick a big one, so I feel the score. Big pumping, keep skanking. You wanna try your cock, I can't work it. The brass on the road when you step in the door, then better walk away. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. If you cock a sick business made you bait, better walk away. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Step in the jaw, fall, pass it on the roll like Gobo. What's up, buddy? Move the goal. We leave that to control, let's flee. But can you stop a beating by so one can RD? Jack D, Palampira, KWV, make you stick in a beaner. Chamonix, Hilton, Wiener, plus so much Jesus hanging, so they call me John C. Every time I rhyme a line, I think I rap quiet though. 1 or 2 words and everything sound nice. I don't worry if I sound cock, I'm cock. You see my buggy pop a Virgil, I'm long in the butt. I go tipping in my car, I'm gonna get him back. I just want words to voice him, great leader. Now when I'm lumming in the door with the leader thought means twice a cock and then you're gonna get more. If the brass on the road when you step in the door, then better walk away. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. If you cock a sick business made you bait, better walk away. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. If the brass on the road when you step in the door, then better walk away. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. If you cock a sick business made you bait, better walk away. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. You got it. Yeah, I'm even cut to stop it at Pain Roy or Dino. That doesn't matter if you try no punches, we just go to the pin there. Get some nice rolls, nice sausages going. Leave the same pin, just from maybe RD or Butterflower. I don't know, you know. Chaos. Yeah, good slow, RD. Pure blood.